Hey everyone, it's Lauren Robertson here. I'm hearing and seeing a lot of complaints from mediumship teachers that the general standard of mediumship has dropped. Number one, I disagree with that. And number two, I disagree with publicly stating such a thing in a way that would be visible to the people that you are teaching, educating, and whose progress you have taken a part and responsibility in. Now, in any area of life, if a situation is not being successful or is not thriving, we look at it and we assess and we come to a conclusion about it. So, say for example, I'm not very green fingered. I love plants. I would love to have more plants in my home, but they seem to just die on me. Like, I need the hardest plants ever. So, ferns and aloe veras are my thing because they're really easy to look after. But imagine you had an aloe vera plant, which is a succulent, which grows in very dry, sandy soil with really good drainage. And you were to take that plant and you were to pot it in the soil that is suitable for a fern. Now, ferns like wet, damp, that's why they grow in abundance in Scotland. Dark, damp, wet, moist, like lots of condensation. They like the opposite sort of soil to an aloe. So if you were to take that aloe plant and you were to plant it in the soil for the fern, that fern would not thrive. That aloe would not thrive in that fern's pot. And so I think that rather than teachers blaming or looking outward or looking at their students or their other mediums or the mediums who are on the platform and judging and criticising, I think that it would be a good idea instead to look at whether those mediums are planted in the right soil. And what I mean by that is if mediums are not getting the results that they want, then it might mean that there's a problem with the teaching. It might mean that the way of doing things isn't working. It might mean that they're not potted in the right soil. It might mean that we're evolving, times have changed, and things that worked before to develop mediumship are not the same things that work now. It also might mean that although it might look the same to the outside as it was 50 or 100 years ago when such and such great medium was alive, it might look like you're doing the same things now, but are you really? Are you really? What I know from my own experience of teaching and coaching mediums and being a medium myself my entire life is that encouragement, support, love, nurturing, consistency, these are all things that are required for a medium to grow. And just because you're putting on a circle every week, or just because you're putting on a workshop, at a centre or whatever, just because you're going through the external looking steps of what you think it takes to do great mediumship doesn't mean those core things are actually there. Doesn't mean the support is there. Doesn't mean that the encouragement's there. Doesn't mean that the love is there. I mean, to me, that is evidenced by the fact that there's criticism happening online of other mediums. I mean, that tells me that the love and the nurturing and the encouragement and the things that are needed are not present. And so this is a message for you mediums, and it's also a message for you teachers out there. Mediums, teachers, most mediums mean well. Most mediums get into this gig, this way of helping people and supporting people and being at the frontier of consciousness, not because they want to do a bad job, not because they want to, get stuck, not because they want to whatever. And so I think that we need to look at how we're teaching, coaching, nurturing, supporting each other, because I know that mediums want to do a good and a great job. And I know that no medium is turning up thinking, let me lower the standard of mediumship here. I know that no medium is intentionally putting hours and hours and hours of work and care into their mediumship to fail. And if that's true, then what I do know is that there's something missing in the way they're being mentored, coached, supported, guided. And that is needed to change so that it can actually change the real problem, which is that there's something missing within them, right? And that might be their confidence. It might be that they don't have the self-image as a successful person. they don't have the self-image as a successful platform medium. They're so used to like sitting in the audience and being the receiver that they don't know then how to get up and actually be the leader and be the teacher and fulfill that role. And so look at how we're teaching each other. Look at how we're supporting each other. If all that happens is that the conversation turns from criticising mediums as if they're at fault for the mediumship that they're doing, to actually looking at it and saying, this plant appears to be planted in the wrong soil. What can we do to help them? And if that's the approach instead of criticism in public spaces, then I think that all of the ships will rise on the tide together and all of our mediumship will get better. Tell me what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? I'm happy if you do. Please let me know in a comment. And if you found this video useful or helpful, please do share it. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're on my Facebook page or my Facebook profile or whatever, go ahead and like it and come say hi, send me a message and introduce yourself if we don't know each other already. My name's Lauren Robertson. Thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you again soon.